guy on the phone guy, if you will, he says they sing the same song for 20 years. See, I was trying to put together the lore. So, does that mean they've been in this restaurant for 20 years? They fire you, and it's for tampering with the animatronics and general unprofessionalism and odor. And well, they only hired you 5 nights, right? Why would they bring you, or why would they pay you the 6th night and let you come in the 7th night? Have the FNAF theorists even thought about that? Or did they even hire you 5 nights? Why is it called 5 Nights at Freddy's? So, here's pretty much my only theory. It says, vintage pizzeria given new life. I feel like I watch game theory, but I don't watch every FNAF video. I don't think I've watched a dedicated FNAF video in a long time. Probably since FNAF 4 or something. Maybe, yeah, that sounds about right. But I feel like the consensus is, well, I'll take that back. I watched the one where they said Gregory is a robot. I feel like people think it says the vintage pizzeria is given new life. So I think people think that the pizzeria just reopened. So my theory is that what if this isn't the same place? It's just the way they phrase it is given new life. So it could have been a McDonald's, and then they could have brought all the animatronics there. You know what I'm saying? The building could have been anything. It could have been a bank. It could have been a movie theater. It could have been whatever. And then the vintage pizzeria could have just moved in. And then they said, oh man, remember that old place from 50 years ago? Now that McDonald's shut down, and now Freddy Fazbear's is taking over that place. You know? I'm not sure what that does to the timeline, but that's just what I think. It has nothing to do about the establishment. It's all rumors. So my theory for today is is the world outside Freddy Fazbear's just a ruined apocalypse? Who knows? Thank you, Chainsaws. I guess the popular theory would be, this would be William Afton looking and seeing Golden Freddy and being like, it's me. I am Golden Freddy. But I don't know. Imagine seeing this in FNAF 2 days. How would you get to that conclusion? I don't know. He says, glad you came back for another night. So that implies we've worked in this location before, or that we've been working in this hold on, put my theory hat on. This implies I've been working as a security guard here, or in this, attraction thing, but in a different position. And then he mentions the relics, which was in the newspaper, and the real risk in an attraction to be vintage. And he said the attraction opens in like a week. So he didn't say this attraction. That's the only nitpick I'm gonna do. So is there more than one attraction? Gets your gears in your head spinning, does it?
And then the next time I beat the game. I have to say that wasn't so hard. Just took a couple of tries. The little puppet mix-up was I wasn't expecting that. You get rewarded with a little mini game where Crying Child. Also, I called them Crying Child last time, and I wasn't sure if that was the right thing to call them out, because they're not really a child, correct? Are they a ghost, right? Every FNAF video, I should mention. I dabble in FNAF videos. ID's Fantasy, Rye Toast, John FNAF, and of course, Matt Pat and Markiplier, the Kings. Sometimes a Doco video, but I don't seek them out. If they show up in my recommended, I'll throw them on, and I'll watch them and then go, cool, and then 5 minutes in, and when they start talking about Fazgoo, then I'm like, I'm out. They start talking about those high level concepts. But to wrap around what I was saying, they normally show the FNAF 4 Crying Child, so I wasn't sure if FNAF 3 Crying Child is Crying Child, right? So when you beat Night 5, Crying Children scare Purple Guy into a suit. Then he gets spring locked. And then that's the end of the movie, And that's bad ending. 1 star. I have to say, give you credit, FNAF 3. You make people want to complete the rest of your game. I'll give you props for that. So, I jumped into Night 6, and then immediately got hit with a 1 a.m., 1 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And I was like, okay. There's some mini games I have to do. And I'll confess. Like I confessed before, I'm playing on the switchboard. And even though Click Team, they've upgraded the game before, I really think they gotta update the game again. Because I tried forever. They did do a super cool thing where you can start from night 1, because some of these mini games are night specific. So if you start from night 1 again, you don't have to replay everything and then fight your way up to night 6, even though I wasn't having a hard time with this game. That's a very generous thing. Thank you, Click Team. But I could not, for the life of me, get any of these mini games to work, especially because I don't even know how to explain this. In FNAF 3, you have to tap on a very specific spot on a very specific camera in a very specific order, and then a minigame is supposed to pop up. Well, why couldn't you just be like any other game and a cheat code and be like, hey, tap up BA BA, down up A, left right BA start? Why couldn't you have a normal cheat code? So I looked up like what the mini games were, and I'll have the link to all the mini games in the description if you too want to know what they look like. I don't know why you're here if you don't know what they look like, but I'll throw in the description. So the first one is BB's Air Adventure. You play as Balloon Boy jumping around on balloons. There's a kid there, a crying child perhaps, and a bunch of shadow balloon boys later on, and in front of a shadowy thing. The FNAF Wiki even calls it a structure. We need some FNAF theorists over in FNAF 3 to figure out what this is. I said it kind of looks like the puppet, to be honest, and then you have to glitch through a wall to get the final balloon. And I said this is what gave Scott the idea to make FNAF World, because in all these mini games you have to glitch around. And then in Mangle's quest, you have to play as Mangle. Just saying, Mangle, top tier animatronic. You have to put yourself back together. There's a guy that tries to dismantle you. You gotta watch out for. And you go through the walls, and you see another sad puppet statue. And you have to go across the balloons from BB's Air Adventure. You see a blue moon. Well, what's that representative of? Is Mangle sad? Is sad at night? I don't know. And that's the game. And Chica's party. I feel like there should be another word there. You collect cupcakes and pass them out. The kids are literally starving on the floor. Nothing crazy. Oh, nothing crazy really happens except their clothes go from blue to green when they get a cupcake. What's going on in FNAF 3? And then there's another minigame, Stage 1, where you play as Golden Freddy, and he looks like a hamster. And Spring Bonnie is there. Why does Freddy look like a hamster? You have to glitch to the exit. And alright, this is the big one. I don't even know how to say this. RWQF SFASF SXC Shadow Bonnie. You know how easy this would be if this would just be glitched out. Why do they just glitch around? What power does Shadow Bonnie have? I don't know. That's not Afton, is it? I don't know. My mind broke when I saw that. Explain that in the comments. And then you go to Happy Estate, and all the kids have a birthday party with cake and balloons, and each kid has a different mask, and there's Freddy, and Foxy, and Bonnie, and you as the puppet, as the crying child, as Golden Freddy, and Chica is there, I would suspect, but none of them really look like Chica, so I don't know. Explain that one. And their forms all disappear, leaving behind only their masks. And then you got a good ending with all their suits there, and then their lights blink out. And then if you beat Night 6, which I gave up trying, because I beat Nights 1 through 5, without cheese. You know, give me that. It's Five Nights at Freddy's, not Six Nights at Freddy's. You got newspaper clippings saying a new local attraction based on an ancient pizzeria has burned to the ground overnight. Authorities have not ruled out foul play, but it seems to be faulty wiring. Very little was found at the scene. The few items that were salvaged will be sold at a public auction. So, my thinking is, I know very little about Pizzeria Simulator, but I think Pizzeria Simulator comes next to the timeline, just how that's worded. Like public auction, and Pizzeria Simulator has you buying animatronics. I think that's correct. That sounds correct, right? Right?